Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if it's the first time you are visiting. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you have not already guessed by the title, today my video is going to be all about 5 of the most perfect bridal perfumes. And I am super excited to bring you this video because I'm also going to be sharing with you a 25% off discount code for the retailer Escentual. Now, firstly, I just want to thank Escentual for partnering with me on this video. It means so much to me because, of course, I'm actually getting married in 3 months' time. So bridal perfumes is definitely close to my heart right now. So I want to thank Escentual for partnering with me on this video and also sharing the 25% off a discount with you all because, as we know, perfume can be an expensive hobby, so to be able to get 25% off one of your favorite perfumes or maybe on a new discovery, I think that is a brilliant discount. So if you want to find out what 5 bridal fragrances I have picked, then please do keep on watching. Before we get started on my first recommendation, let me just tell you a little bit more about the discount code. I will also pop this down in the description box below. So the discount code runs from today, which is the 7th of March, all the way through to the 14th of March. So it's live for 7 days and you will be able to get 25% off your purchase, which I think is such a good discount. Now, what I would recommend is to go and look through the fragrances that you may have wanted to purchase and try to purchase them before the end of the deadline, just because some things might sell out. It has happened to me before. Obviously, no pressure at all to use this discount code, but I just wanted to make you aware of it because I think 25% off, like I said, is such a great discount to have. And also, just to clarify, this discount code isn't one that I make a commission off of. This discount code is just for you to save some money on your purchases. So let's get started on my first recommendation. I have picked Meliora by Parfums de Marly, and this one is underrated from the house, and I will explain why. So I will give you a close-up of the bottle first. How bridal appropriate is the bottle to start with? I can imagine this looking gorgeous in your on the day photos. You know when they do the flat lays and you have the perfume there, sometimes you have the invites, your shoes, the ring. I just think this perfume is made for brides. But the reason why I've picked Meliora is because I think this one is underrated from Parfums de Marly. A lot of people talk about Delina or the Delina trio as being a perfect bridal scent, which I also agree with. I think Delina would make a beautiful bridal scent. Also Delina Exclusive and Delina La Rosée. But if you want to smell unique, you want to smell classy and timeless, then Meliora is probably going to be the one for you. The opening is a juicy blast of blackcurrant, red berries and cassis, and you definitely get that really prominent juicy blackcurrant note in the opening, which is why I love it so much. I think it's extremely likable and people are going to compliment you wearing this one, which of course, who doesn't want that on their wedding day? But then it gets really interesting throughout the mid, and it has rose, lily of the valley and ylang ylang. To me, the ylang ylang is most prominent in terms of the florals, and I also think that's a little bit more of an unusual note for a bridal perfume. I typically see people going for more peonies or roses. So the fact that this is a ylang ylang dominant fragrance with those juicy fruits up top, it's gonna leave you smelling absolutely delicious. I think this is a completely effortless fragrance. You have a little bit of vanilla and a little bit of musk in the dry down too. It's extremely likable, but at the same time, it does have a unique DNA to it. I think this would be still a beautiful fragrance, let's say in 50 years time, which is why I think it's a timeless classic that you can't go wrong with. But at the same time, it still smells very modern and unique. And you're going to smell absolutely gorgeous if you wear this one. So Parfums de Marly is of course a more luxury brand. So to be able to get it at 25% off, I think it's a really good deal. But yes, this is the fragrance that I want to recommend from Parfums de Marly as being a perfect bridal scent. Could even be a wedding guest scent or just a scent for every day. I mean, I'm going to wear this on other occasions too, of course. I think it's so gorgeous. and I'm so happy to now have it in my collection. Highly recommend it, and like I said, it's just very beautiful and very ethereal. So in this video, I want to make sure I'm giving recommendations for different types of brides, and that means different types of scent compositions. So the next fragrance that I want to recommend is by Acqua di Parma, and it is Magnolia Nobile, and this one is such a beautiful scent. Sorry if you can't see it very well. It's got a reflective label on the front of the perfume, but this is a classy, elegant, laid back kind of bride. Magnolia, I think, is so creamy and delicious, but it does also have a little bit of a unique edge because it has citrus up top. So you're going to get a little bit of lemon and a little bit of bergamot in the opening. So I think this would be perfect for a spring summer bride or maybe a destination wedding. And in the mid, you of course have Magnolia, as the name would suggest. You have a little bit of jasmine, a little bit of tuberose, and a little bit of rose. But the notes I really pick out is more the Magnolia and the jasmine. Tuberose isn't a note I am personally that fond of, and it's not very prominent within this composition. So to me, it pulls more of that creamy, beautiful, balmy Magnolia. And then I'm picking up a little bit of sandalwood, vanilla, and patchouli in the base. But this is a true Magnolia scent. It's very fresh, very realistic. It will smell like you're just surrounded by magnolia flowers, and I think that is just a beautiful way to smell on your wedding day. But like I said, this wouldn't just only suit a bride, it could be a wedding guest, or it could be used for an everyday wear. But I think it is special enough to be your wedding day scent, and it's unique enough because of the citrus combined with the creamy white florals. So my second recommendation is Acqua di Parma Magnolia Nobile. Switching it up with the scent profile again, my next recommendation is by Estee Lauder, and this time it is called Sensuous Stars. And I think the bottles of this collection are so bridal appropriate. These would also look so stunning in your wedding photography. I think they're very aesthetically pleasing, but the juice inside is what counts in this moment, and this time we're going with a more iris and lavender dominant fragrance. To me, this pulls a little bit more iris than lavender, and you kind of get that Parma violet smell from it. It's a little bit powdery, it's a little bit violet smelling, and you get that beautiful iris note. It's a very purple floral, and then you get that beautiful orris note in the base. However, this isn't an earthy fragrance as such. It also has a plum note in here, which balances out the earthiness from the orris and the almost dryness from the iris and the lavender. It's an absolutely gorgeous fragrance. I don't really see people speaking about this one, and I would say that this would make a perfect bridal scent. If you like the idea of iris, lavender, violet, that kind of Parma violet smell, a little bit powdery, it's very chic, very understated, then you should definitely check out Sensuous Stars by Estee Lauder. And this one is at a pretty good price point in comparison to something like Meliora by Parfums de Marly. So if budget is something that you have in mind, then I would highly recommend checking out this Estee Lauder collection, specifically Sensuous Stars. It's going to leave you smelling very pretty and very chic. Next up, we have Musk Therapy by Initio, and this is probably a fragrance that you wouldn't typically associate as being a bridal appropriate perfume, but I'm going to explain why I believe it is appropriate. But this is more for the brides who don't necessarily want to wear a floral dominant perfume on their wedding day. This is more of what I would class as a clean girl aesthetic, or kind of a musky, freshy. It kind of does both. So you do have citruses in here, but you also have that beautiful musky element. In the opening, you get a blast of blackcurrant, you get bergamot, and you also get mandarin. So you get that nice juiciness. But then when the musk starts to cut through, it turns it into what I would class as a more clean girl aesthetic fragrance. It's very understated. It's not too in your face, but it's going to leave you just smelling incredible. People are going to wonder what you're wearing, and it almost has a very attractive vibe to it. I really love Musk Therapy. It does have some light florals in here. So you've got Hedwine and you've also got Magnolia, but I wouldn't say they're front stage and center at all. how I perceive musk therapy is mostly a blackcurrant note. I get a little bit of vanillic touch in here and then lots of musk. So if you are a bride that wants something a little bit more understated, a little bit more pared back, but you want to feel put together and chic, you want to smell clean and fresh, then musk therapy is going to be the one for you. And the bottle is very bridal appropriate, is it not? This is also a fragrance I would personally pick if I was a wedding guest or maybe part of the bridal party. And I know that sounds a little bit strange because you want your perfume to stand out being the bride on the day, but sometimes it isn't about just wearing the most loud, screaming perfume. It's just about wearing the thing that makes you feel the best on your big day. And to be honest, musk therapy is one of those fragrances that I would consider wearing on my own wedding day. So we shall see what I pick at the end, maybe not at the end of this video, but when my wedding comes around. But yeah, musk therapy by Initio is one of my recommendations because, like I said, it's chic, understated, and very classy. For my last recommendation, I wanted to include a classic, and that is Mon Guerlain by Guerlain. And I felt like I had to include this in a way because this is a very timeless scent that is going to be around for years to come. So many people love this, and for good reason. And I feel like you've got options because there is a few flankers. My personal favorites are the EDP, which is this one, and the intense version, but you can find something that works for you within the range. Now, Mon Guerlain is a very classy perfume, as I mentioned, and it's extremely likable. You're absolutely going to get compliments wearing this one, and it is pretty loud as well. So if something like musk therapy isn't loud enough for you, then you might want to go for something like Guerlain. It's a lot sweeter too, so you've got lots of tonka in here and lots of vanilla, which is something I really enjoy about the fragrance. But you also have a very prominent note of lavender. It's not super dry, but it does give this a loudness, which is hard to explain. But this is a perfume that people are going to smell and they are going to turn their heads at. It has florals in there like iris, rose, it has a little bit of jasmine. But the thing that stands out to me about the EDP is it does have a licorice note in there, which gives this a little bit of an edge to me. Combine that with the lavender up top and then also the tonka bean, creates for a really interesting composition. And I'm sure many of you have already smelt Mon Guerlain, but please do let me know your thoughts down below of which one from the Mon Guerlain range is your favorite. But yeah, I think this one is a very classy bride. You could wear this at any time of the year, in any location. I just think it's one of those fragrances that just suits so many people, so I had to recommend it in this video. So my last recommendation was Mon Guerlain by Guerlain. So that was my 5 recommendations for bridal perfumes. All 5 of these are available at Escentual, and you can get 25% discount code off of them, as I mentioned already. I will pop all of the details in the description box below, but thank you Escentual so much for partnering with me. It really means the world to me, and I couldn't have done any of this without my lovely watchers, so thank you so much. As I mentioned already, I am getting married in 3 months' time, and I will be doing a few more wedding videos on this channel, so please do expect to see a few more recommendations in videos to come. I'm still really not sure about what perfume I'm actually going to wear on my own wedding day yet. I'm still kind of narrowing down that choice, but what I really want to know is, what perfume will you pick for your wedding day? Or what perfume did you pick for your wedding day? Whatever it might be, if you've already been married, if you're married now, or if you're planning to get married, or even if you're not married yet, what perfume would you pick? Because I really want to know. I'm hoping that it will inspire me. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you saw something you liked within this list. I hope to see you all soon in a video to come. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much and goodbye.